Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're really cutting straight to what seems to make or break marketing and sales success.
Yeah, it's not about, some magic system or just throwing more money at it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It boils down to two core things based on the material we looked at, your messaging and your offer.
Right. And we saw this fascinating breakdown showing how, with the exact same process, the same, say, ad spend, the results could be anything from zero profit
Zero.
all the way up to, I think it was 149x return.
Which is honestly kind of mind-blowing. It really highlights how crucial these two elements are.
And it directly tackles that feeling lots of businesses have,
Yeah.
that marketing just doesn't work for them. Ads go out, money spent, but revenue doesn't follow.
Yeah, it feels like hitting a brick wall. So our mission today is basically to unpack what separates breaking even from those, well, huge wins.
Looking at that core engine first, maybe,
Yeah.
the material laid out a pretty clear three-stage process.
Okay, yeah. Stage one, lead generation. This is about attracting initial interest. Think ads, maybe content.
And the key metric there is cost per lead, CPL. How much does it cost to get one person interested? The examples were like $20, $10, even down to $5 per lead.
Right. Then stage two, warming up or nurturing those leads, building that relationship, building trust.
Exactly. And here we're looking at the lead to call booking rate. So what percentage of those leads actually take the next step, like booking a call?
The numbers we saw were 10%, 20%, maybe 30%. These metrics, CPL and booking rate, they're like signposts, aren't they? Showing how well things are moving along.
They really are. And then the final stage, making the sale, that direct interaction, maybe a sales call.
And the key things here are the call conversion rate, how many calls turn into actual sales, and of course the price you're charging.
Yep. Examples were like 20% conversion going up to 40%, 50%, and prices ranging from, say, $1,000 up to $5,000.
Okay, so that's the engine, generate, nurture, sell. But the sources stress something important.
That the system itself isn't really the secret sauce. Everyone kind of has a process like this.
Right, it's the how well you execute within that system. And that comes back to,
Messaging and offer.
let's dissect those. Messaging is, well, it's everything you say, isn't it? Ads, website, emails, all the communication trying to pull people in and keep them engaged.
And it directly impacts those early stages. Better messaging means you attract the right people more efficiently, so your CPL tends to go down.
And it helps with nurturing too, right? Stronger messaging builds trust, makes people want to book that call, so the booking rate goes up.
Exactly. One source put it pretty clearly, lead generation, lead nurture is determined by your messaging. Makes sense. You're speaking their language, solving their specific problem.
They're more likely to listen and act. Okay, so that's messaging. What about the offer?
The offer is what you actually put on the table at the sales stage. The product, the service, the price, the terms, guarantees. The whole package.
And this influences the back end of the process.
Definitely. A really compelling offer makes it easier to close the deal, so your sales conversion rate increases.
And presumably, a better offer, maybe with higher perceived value, lets you charge a higher price too.
Precisely. The source said your sales and your price is going to be built off of your offer. It's the value proposition, essentially.
So they're interconnected. Messaging gets the right people warmed up.
And the offer seals the deal at a good value. You need both working together. Good just means they improve those key numbers: CPL, booking rate, conversion, price.
Okay, let's look at those scenarios. They really drove this home. They started with a baseline, the average case, using $1,000 in ad spend.
Right. This was CPL $20, booking rate 10%, conversion 20%, price $1,000. And the result?
Zero profit.
Mm-hmm.
Break even. Which, like you said, explains why many people feel stuck.
Totally. But then, scenario 2, improved messaging. They kept the offer the same $1,000 price, 20% conversion, but focused just on the messaging.
So what changed?
The CPL dropped to $10, and the booking rate doubled to 20%, just from better messaging.
And the profit.
It jumped to $4,000. That's a 4x return on the same $1,000 spend, just by talking to the right people more effectively.
Wow, okay. That's scenario 3. Improved offer. Here, they kept the improved messaging metrics.
Yep, CPL, $10, booking 20%, but now they improved the offer.
Wow.
Conversion rate doubled again to 40%, and they were able to triple the price to $3,000.
Okay, so better offer, higher price, more conversions. That sounds powerful.
The result was $23,000 profit. That's a 23x ROI. Shows what happens when a strong offer meets those well-nurtured leads.
But the last one, the good scenario.
Yeah.
This is where it gets wild.
This is where both messaging and offer were optimized. Synergy.
What were the numbers?
CPL down to just $5, booking rate up to 30%, conversion rate hitting 50%, and the price point reaching $5,000.
Okay, deep breath. The profit on the same $1,000 ad spend.
$149,000, a 149x ROI.
That is stark, going from zero to nearly $150K just by focusing on what you say and what you sell. Not the system, not the ad budget itself.
That's the core takeaway. The massive difference is purely down to the quality of the messaging and the offer.
And it's not just adding improvements. It's like
Yeah.
they multiply each other's effect.
It's a compounding effect, absolutely. Optimizing both levers together unlocks way more potential than improving just one in isolation.
So for anyone listening, if your marketing feels like it's sputtering or not delivering,
Before you blame the platform or just try to spend more, the advice here is clear. Diagnose your messaging and your offer first.
look at those metrics. Is your CPL high? Is your booking rate low? That points towards messaging.
Right. Or is your sales conversion rate low? Are you struggling to command a decent price? That suggests looking hard at your offer.
Are you attracting the right crowd? And is what you're selling truly compelling when they get to that point?
Yeah. Which leads to, I guess, the final thought for you to chew on.
Thinking about your own situation, which one feels like the bigger bottleneck right now?
Mm.
Is it your messaging, how you attract and engage?
Or is it your offer, the value proposition when it comes time to buy? Where could one small tweak, based on what we've talked about, potentially unlock a really significant improvement in your results?
That's a powerful question to reflect on. Where's your biggest opportunity hiding? Messaging or offer?